The Werewolf on Planet X by Jansen Davies. Chapter 1. Gordie Petalbone, Federal Agent. He wishes. Rain had just started to drizzle over the cracked sidewalk when Gordie Petalbone buttoned his postal jacket with the dignity of a knight suiting up for battle. The neighborhood smelled of wet newspapers and old lawn furniture. He clutched his mail satchel like it contained government secrets, which, to him, it did. He was still seething at the memory of his mother kissing him on the cheek and saying, "You be a nice little mailman today, Gordie. Don't let any dogs bite you." "Letter carrier," he muttered under his breath, "not mailman." At the bus stop sat an elderly man feeding pigeons half of his liverwurst sandwich. Gordie approached with purpose. "You know," Gordie began, "letter carriers are federal agents. Most people don't realize we're one of the nation's largest federal workforces. We're essential infrastructure." The old man blinked. "You're essential to scaring away my birds, Petalbone." Before Gordie could deliver his usual three-paragraph reply, everything changed. A low hum, a strange buzzing overhead. The sky seemed to tilt. His skin prickled. He looked up and was blinded by a crackling light that swallowed the world. Gordie's body tilted sideways. His words caught mid-sentence. He clutched his satchel. Then everything vanished. Chapter 2. The Planet That Shouldn't Have Moons. Gordie awoke face first against what felt like a floor made of sewer drain grating. The air smelled of rotting lemons. Above him, angular lights beamed through foggy panels, casting shadows in unnatural directions. A strange rhythm echoed in the chamber, like robotic whales humming at a techno concert. He was aboard something extraterrestrial, and he didn't even have time to finish his morning muffin. A voice crackled through the air. Subject: Gordie Petalbone. Status: weak, compliant, ideal. Gordie sat up groggily. "Compliant? I'm not compliant. I once refused to refill the printer tray until Brenda at work apologized for accusing me of eating her leftover quiche." The alien voice continued. "You have been selected for transport to Planet X. Do not resist." "Transport?" Gordie croaked. "I'm a federal employee. You can't just abduct me. There are laws, federal laws." Two creatures hovered into view. They were vaguely reptilian beings with skeletal appendages and blinking dark eyes. They looked like zombies awoken from an alien autopsy. Gordie shrieked. "You have been selected," one said calmly. "Earth survey requires behavioral analysis. We require a specimen who will not fight." "You think I won't fight?" Gordie said, sitting upright. "You clearly haven't seen me respond to insufficient postage." "Why me?" he gasped. "You are statistically less likely to mount physical resistance," said one. "We've watched your behavior. Your lack of courage and fortitude is pristine." They strapped him to a contour chair and activated the lightspeed drive. Gordie's protests dissolved as the ship lurched into the folds of space. But as they neared Planet X, something felt wrong. Outside the port window, Gordie saw it. A planet wrapped in night, illuminated only by 27 glowing moons orbiting in eerie silence. Each moon was full. Sweat prickled Gordie's brow. No, he whispered. "You don't understand. I have a condition." The aliens cocked their heads. "Condition?" "I get itchy, aggressive, hairy, like really hairy. This many moons, we're gonna have a situation." They laughed, literally laughed. "Moons induce hysteria. Human folklore is adorable." Gordie stared, breathing heavily. "You want docile," he said. "You're about to get deadly." And then the transformation began. Chapter 3. The 27 Howls. It started in his fingertips. Gordie's fingernails darkened, curving like grizzly bear claws. His bones rippled under his skin, twisting, growing, snapping into new shapes. Thick fur erupted like wildfire, and his jaw cracked open into a snarl that could shatter glass. The aliens panicked. "Specimen malfunctioning," one shrieked, scrambling behind a console. "Neural inhibitors aren't working." The moon's 27 celestial spotlights poured silver chaos through the viewport. Gordie wasn't just transforming, he was evolving. The usual pangs of basement transformation back on Earth, claustrophobic, painful, were replaced by electric energy. Gordie's eyes gleamed with lunar fire, his muscles thick with supernatural strength. This wasn't his usual monthly nightmare. This was an upgrade. He launched through the spacecraft's containment unit like a comet made of teeth and fury, tearing through barriers the aliens had deemed impenetrable. Metal groaned, support beams fractured, and security bots disintegrated like paper dolls. The aliens screamed, but it was drowned by Gordie's first, roaring howl. It reverberated through the vessel, through space, through time and memory. One alien tried to speak. "Wait, we chose wrong. He's not compliant." Gordie lifted the console and threw it across the command deck. "No kidding," he growled. Chapter 4. Welcome Committee to Carnage. The spacecraft's auto-landing system activated, recognizing the grid of glowing landing pads atop a jagged plateau surrounded by oily rain. Planet X was darker than Gordie imagined, more haunted cavern than world. Everything glistened with moisture and dread, awaiting the ship, the full might of the Planet X Defense Corps. Hundreds of aliens with plasma spears, neural grenades, and war suits that infused with bioelectric armor lined the spaceport perimeter. Their leader, a black-eyed commander named Vrask, raised a bony finger as Gordie burst through the hatch. What emerged wasn't Gordie Petalbone. It was something else. He was 7 feet tall, rippling with muscle, steam lifting off his fur like rising ghosts. His howl split the air. The aliens opened fire. Their plasma blasts hit like comets, but Gordie barely flinched. He leapt into the horde, spinning, slicing, tossing soldiers into the air like paper airplanes. His claws sheared through armor. His teeth cracked weapons. For every step he took, 6 aliens fell. Vrask screamed into his comms, "Retreat! Retreat! He'll kill us all!" Too late. Gordie tore through their lines until the field was littered with moaning survivors and scraps of metallic devastation. He stood panting, triumphant, in a pool of alien defeat. He wanted more. The spaceport lay in ruins. Alien bodies bled green. Gordie panted, standing atop a shattered tank. Then, finally, from a smoking ruin of a fortified bunker, emerged a tiny official, fragile, limping, draped in shame and humiliation. You may return to Earth," the official stammered. "Our council has unanimously decided. Earth is off limits. No war, no conquest, not if it breeds the likes of you." Gordie blinked his glowing eyes. "I get a ride home? A ship is yours. Keep it. Please, just go." Chapter 5. Return of the Postal Beast. The spacecraft touched down behind Gordie's workplace, the local post office. The ship landed quietly, awkwardly, with a wheeze that sounded like a dying leaf blower. Gordie, now mildly furred and wearing half-shredded USPS gear, stepped into Earth's breathable air like an unsung hero. He marched inside, slapping mailbags and declaring triumph. "I defeated the invasion. Planet X will never harm Earth. Let the President know. I'm ready to debrief." Brenda blinked from behind the supply desk. "You smell like burnt dog hair and engine grease." Gordie didn't care. He walked straight to the nearest federal building, stammering out his tale to anyone who would listen. FBI, Homeland Security, the Parks Department, even a bored clerk at the DMV. Eventually, someone listened, though not quite the way Gordie imagined. Gordie was escorted to a secure facility by people with friendly voices and clipboards that never stopped scribbling. They offered him a commendation ceremony. The president was busy, so a nurse affixed a gold star sticker to his bathrobe. A slow clap echoed through the padded rec room. Somewhere, in Gordie's heart, he heard victory music. The hospital wing where they sent him was nice, quiet, gentle lighting. A recreation room where mashed potatoes were sculpted with remarkable skill. His roommate, Leo, constructed a remarkable likeness of Gordie, a lumpy, potato-based masterpiece. "I think it needs more gravy," Leo said. "Gravy gives it dignity." On nights of the full moon, Gordie was moved to a locked cell with no windows, no moonlight, no heroics. He still told his story, to nurses, to cats on the outside of the windowsills, to anyone who passed. Chapter 6. The Ward of Wounds and Wonders. The facility was technically a psychiatric rehabilitation center, but Gordie referred to it as Sector Moonlight. He kept a detailed log of his actions, stored inside a manila envelope under his pillow. He insisted on being called Agent Petalbone. Each night he asked for moon status reports. "We're at 64% lunar exposure tonight, Leo. I may need containment." Leo, scraping peas into his potato bust, nodded. "We'll close the blinds." On full moons, Gordie was transferred to Room 12, a secure unit with no windows and reinforced padding. The staff humored him, sometimes out of pity, sometimes out of fear. One nurse asked quietly, "Why the moons?" Gordie leaned close. "They ignite the beast. The beast saved the world. You're lucky I don't have clearance to show you footage." His status became legend among staff, half cautionary tale, half folk hero. When budgets cut a therapy mascot program, Leo submitted Gordie's wolf form as the candidate. It was denied, but the mashed potato statue remained. Chapter 7. Visitors from the Bureau. One spring morning, two clean-cut agents arrived. Dark suits, faint hum of covert tech beneath their collars, and tethered earbuds hanging down their backs. They asked for Gordie. They asked for his recollections. Gordie offered diagrams, dates, even a crayon drawing of a bloody alien he used as a bookmark. They nodded, scribbled, and gave him an official G-Man pen as a reward. Then they disappeared. Later that week, Gordie's file was updated. Subject demonstrates high-functioning delusions, possesses classified extraterrestrial knowledge, continuous monitoring recommended. Leo tapped the compilation on Gordie's nightstand. "They believe you." Gordie smirked. "Of course they do. I'm invaluable, a hero." Leo added more gravy to the statue's left paw. Chapter 8. Where the Moon Don't Shine. The facility kept meticulous lunar calendars. On Gordie's turn nights, he was sealed in Room 12 with calming recordings and meatloaf. He never transformed. Not like before. The Planet X's moons didn't reach him here. Still, Gordie paced, growled softly, scratched at invisible memories. "You never know," he whispered to himself. "They could return. They could forget." Outside, somewhere in deep space, Planet X flickered quietly. Its leaders had redrawn invasion strategies. All included one line: "Avoid Earth, too risky. Gordie Petalbone protects their world." And elsewhere, out beyond the stars, the entire galaxy whispered about the Earthling who became 27 moons worth of nightmare. They would never forget. The end.